Hi, welcome to Jackpots and Hotspots, Las Vegas travel tips and news video podcast. Whether you're planning a trip or just missing being there, this is our place to talk about all things Vegas. So today I'm going to switch things up a little bit in the routine of topics. We're going to kind of start with not really attractions and things to do, but more like news and information that kind of floods into a bunch of other categories. So as we talked about last week, the big annual tech industry convention, CES, the Consumer Electronics Show, is back and opened this Thursday, so this past Thursday, and they're expecting 100,000 attendees. So yay for big conventions back in the swing of things. So all the luck and success to them this week and this weekend. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority has a construction bulletin, apparently, that they send out with lists of kind of what's coming up in construction development. And that gives a lot of insight into things coming up, right? So the latest one they released shows $3.2 billion in projects coming by the end of 2023, which includes 4,758 new hotel rooms, 581,000 square feet of new convention space. And a way to kind of compare and think of it is last year for 2022, it was projected to have 1,335 rooms and 225,000 square feet of new convention space. Huge difference this year. Looks like 2023 is amping up to be quite the year of development and new spaces. So that's always exciting. Also to note that 2023 projection does not include the new funding that I mentioned last week to help finish up the Fontainebleau. So again, even more stuff, right, happening. It does include the MSG Sphere, which we know is huge in size and also huge in cost. Also out of this report, it looks like Circus Circus is planning a $30 million room renovation for this spring. Miracle Mile Shops will have an interior and exterior renovation, which you can already kind of see the stuff going on that side. New York will have a $63 million renovation of their rooms. We actually stayed in one of their newer rooms recently, so I need to pay attention to when that was renovated because they said it was a new room. So whatever that one was, it was great. It was a family stay. Basically, my son and I were in that room, and it was great, and it was cool. It was a fun room. It's New York, so nothing super fancy. It was a standard double room, but it was nice. Definitely nicer than what they used to be, right? Definitely a good renovation. The wallpaper's fun too. Anyway, in 2024, it looks like there's stuff happening too. There's going to be a $100 million renovation of the Mandalay Bay Convention Center, which I think we've talked about before. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see that stuff starting soon. New pedestrian overpass on Las Vegas Boulevard at Sahara Avenue. Yay for those pedestrian walkways. The Las Vegas Loop, which is the underground transit system, should be complete in 2024 as well. So yeah, it looks like we will see pre-pandemic levels of recovery for the convention business in 2023 in Vegas. Industry insiders say that growth is projected as we're seeing both sales levels and general enthusiasm for in-person conventions again, returning to those pre-pandemic levels. So that's exciting, and I can tell you, hopefully I will be one of those people attending a business convention in 2023. So yay for that. MGM has sold most of the site from the mass shooting October 1st, 2017. So they have sold most of that site to the 3 affiliated tribes of North Dakota. MGM had previously donated 2 acres of land from the site to Clark County to be used for a permanent October 1st memorial. And obviously that's not part of that sale, so that should still be there. I don't know how much you can see of my little fluffy butt helper, but she is back again. Bria's helping again, so yes she is. So you can see part of her right here, keeping us company. So again, today's format is a little different for the podcast because there's just so much stuff that kind of transcends different categories. So let's start talking about kind of like performances, shows, things to do this week, upcoming things in the news. So let's talk about all that. There is one thing I wanted to just mention, a random exhibit that opened back in March, but I've never mentioned it on here before, so I thought, hey, it's a cool thing. Why don't I mention it now? Sure. There's an exhibit at Horseshoe, Las Vegas, that again opened back in March. It's called the National Geographic's Rarely Seen, and it's an immersive photography exhibit of rare sightings or photographs of rare sightings from around the world. So I just thought that was cool because you see all the stuff for that Bodies show at Bally's, and now we've got Horseshoe. Now it's Horseshoe, and I just think I haven't seen much on this National Geographic exhibit, and it sounds really cool. So anyway, just thought I would mention it, so that way we can all keep it on our list of things to check out if we haven't already. Another thing that's probably been there for a while, but I just saw it on a thing and thought, oh, that's cool, is 959 Irishman at New York, New York, little Irish pub there. They have an Irish band playing on the weekend. So again, they probably do this every weekend. I really don't know. I didn't look. So, but again, it's one of those kind of low-key things that, hey, it's there. That's kind of cool and fun, especially if you're wanting to stay within your resort, you know, and not go too far out. There's a lot of, it just shows that there's low-key stuff to do. There's something going on, even at the little kind of theme pubs and stuff like that. You know, you don't have to go anywhere crazy or expensive. Well, it's probably expensive, but anywhere way out of the way or anything like that. You know what I mean? Another thing to do I found out about, again, just from a random search, was that there's this free pop-up attraction called Cars and Coffee at the Shelby Heritage Center, which apparently happens every Saturday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. So if you're like a car enthusiast or have people in your group that are car enthusiasts and maybe early risers, maybe add this to your list of things to do, things to check out. And the more kind of upbeat things to do at Brooklyn Bowl, there are what appear to be a couple of dance parties, or maybe you could call them awesome music parties. But there's the Best Night Ever this weekend, which is it's called Best Night Ever Taylor's version. So it's this Friday, January 6th. So I'm going to try to get this podcast posted a little earlier than usual because I've got a couple of Friday things on this list that I think are kind of cool. But check that out. Check out what else they have that's like this at Brooklyn Bowl because they have a lot of cool stuff. On Saturday night this weekend, they've got a thing called Gimme Gimme Disco, a dance party inspired by ABBA. So check their website. They have a lot of cool, fun stuff going on. Ticket options with bowling, without bowling, and things like that. So sounds like fun. Get your dance on, get your party on, maybe get your bowling on. First Friday, another Friday thing. So again, if I get this posted on time, if I don't, please forgive me and keep this in consideration for next month and the months and weeks to come. First Friday started Friday, January 6th, or starts Friday, January 6th, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. There's a website. I think it's ffflv.org. Try that, or try Googling it. Anyway, there you go. There is the 80s Heat Hot Tub Party, Friday, January 6th at Circa's Stadium Swim. So again, another fun thing to go to. Maybe a pool themed event in the winter might be kind of fun. Check that out. Got Raiders versus Chiefs this weekend. And then in random stuff this weekend, we've got a comedian, Sebastian Maniscalco at Encore at the Wynn. Encore Theater at the Wynn. Calvin Harris at Excess, Zed at Zouk Nightclub. Zouk Nightclub is in Resorts World. I didn't know that. I had to look it up. Lil Jon is at Hakkasan. Steve Aoki is at Omnia. Next week, trying to keep a little ahead of the curve, at Hakkasan, we've got Party Favor on Thursday, Just Incredible on Friday, Steve Aoki on Saturday. Again, that's next weekend. The next week at Omnia also, we've got Nightmare. I have seen him at Hakkasan. He's awesome. If you like that kind of music, it's great. It's a good time. And upcoming for performances in 2023, I don't have much new news to share, but Kevin Hart has a couple of dates in March at Resorts World, and it sounds like he really enjoyed performing there on New Year's, and so might continue to add some Resorts World dates into the upcoming months and years. So cool. And of course, how was New Year's Eve? Did everybody have a good New Year's Eve? And how did the weather hold out in Vegas? Did they have the fireworks? Everybody probably knows. Yes, they did. So the weather did hold out. They did have the fireworks. Everything went great. Rain and wind were forecasted, but reportedly there's a light drizzle, but the winds died down in the late evening and the fireworks were able to go off as scheduled. So yay for that. Of course, right? That's all great. And like I said, just kind of hope for the best and go with the flow, right? The show on the Strip, it was an 8-minute show with more than 11,000 pyrotechnic-y things firing off of 8 different rooftop strip resorts. So that's cool. Apparently it was beautiful. Of course, you can see videos online, so look those up if you missed it and you want to see it. Fremont had their own celebration, of course. Looks like everyone had a great time. So that is a good way to wrap up this week, wrap up all of us diving into this new year. Lots of things to look forward to in 2023. Cheers and Happy New Year!